All right, let's get into it. NBA Finals start tonight. Celtics and Navs. Luka and Kyrie versus Tatum and Jalen Brown. First off, I think this series goes the distance. I think this one goes 7 games. Um, I just think that these teams are evenly matched. I think they play different styles of basketball, but I also think that at the end of the day, the Mavs are the better team, and they're gonna come out on top because of that. The Mavs are gonna cook the Celtics. I hope so. I don't want the Celtics to win at all. I don't like the Celtics. I don't think Tatum's that good of a player, honestly. I think he's honestly a role player with a green light. He's not special. He's not a top talent in the NBA. Sure, he can make some shots. Anybody in the NBA can do what Tatum does. Literally anybody. He's a 6'9", should be a power forward, but he plays like a two guard. He's not that good. I don't know what like everybody thinks he's so good for. He shouldn't have been All NBA first team. Brunson should have had it easily, but it doesn't matter. Even before that, I thought that Brunson was like a better player, and Tatum wasn't anything special. But yeah, more about this series. I just think like the Celtics, yeah, they're good and all. They have a ton of talent on that team, right? Whereas the Mavs, they don't have a ton of top guys, but I think they have the right personnel to beat the Celtics. I think Derek Lively and Daniel Gafford are going to do very well on Porzingis. I think PJ Washington is going to play good defense on Tatum. And when Luka wants to play defense, he can. It's a very underrated aspect of his game, but it's definitely a part of his game that people need to watch out for. And I think especially in this series when they're going to need him probably to lock down Tatum at points. Um, because I think that's the best size matchup. Like people don't know, Luka is huge. He is ginormous. His height does it whatever his height is like on ESPN or whatever, he's basically the same size as LeBron. Like he is not that much shorter. And it's pretty insane that he plays the two guard because he can easily be a power forward center if he wanted, and he could be a Dirk style player, which is insane to me. Luca is a special talent, and I think he's gonna really show it this series. Cause yeah, the Celtics have Derek White and Drew Holiday, but both those people are way too small to be guarding Luca at a high level. Luka knows how to use his body. He'll get into the paint. He'll post up if he has to. But then you saw in the Timberwolves series when he has a big like Gobert on him, he'll step back and knock a three down in your face. Luka, he's so smart with the ball. He knows what to do in almost every scenario. He's an incredibly intelligent player, and it shows. He is honestly, he could be and like a top 20 player if they win the finals right now. Jason Kidd said the other day that if they win the finals, Luka's already a top 5 Mav of all time, and he gets kicked to the bench in that starting lineup of all time Mavs. So yeah, I think the Mavs win. I think it goes 7. And some other big parts of this series. The biggest part, like I said, is going to be who's going to lock down Porzingis. But then the second biggest part on the Celtics side is Tatum going to be able to play in the finals? Last time they were in the finals, game 1 he had 12 points, and then in elimination game, I think it was game 6 of that series, he had 13 points. He's not a great playoff player, and that's something to watch out for. I know he's had an okay run. It's been better than some of his other runs, but he has to step up right now and show that he can play in the playoffs if he wants to ever be considered as like anything. But yeah, he's a good regular season player. He's nothing special, like I said before, but he hasn't shown me yet that he can do anything outside of the regular season. Yeah, going to the conference finals like 5 times in 7 seasons is great and all, but he hasn't been able to perform there, and it's been other guys carrying the load in those series. Tatum has always had a ton of pieces around him, whether it's Al Horford or Kyrie Irving his rookie year or Jaylen Brown. It doesn't matter. He has always had talent around him. Kristaps Porzingis, and he just he doesn't need to do as much as somebody else, like a Jalen Brunson needs to do, or a I don't even know Paolo Banchero or Donovan Mitchell. He has so much help around him that he doesn't need to be a top like an absolute top player. And that leads me to another storyline that I want to look out for this series. Kyrie Irving returning to TD Garden. I think this will be a big one to watch out for. We've seen him have some crazy celebrations in the past when he is at the fake garden, but this year this is going to be craziness. I just think that for Kyrie to have matured and has himself in this kind of position right now, I think it's great for him. Like I liked Kyrie's style of play before I realized the kind of person he was. Then I didn't like him. But now seeing what he's done this year, taking the backseat to Luca, finally realizing that he's never going to be a number one option and he's playing second fiddle, I've gained a lot more respect than I had for Kyrie. And I want the Mavs to win this series. Like I said before, I cannot deal with the Celtics winning a finals. They scared me enough in 2022 when the Dubs won it, but this is insane. It would be terrible if the Mavs or if the Celtics won it this year. I just would not enjoy that at all. So yeah, some of my X factors for the series, I've already kind of gone over it. First off, it's the Mavs stopping Kristaps Porzingis. He's coming back. He's playing his first game in over a month tonight. I don't think he's going to be that good. I think he's going to have a lot of rust to knock off. But if his three-pointer's on, he doesn't really need to do anything else. Like Porzingis is a special player. He doesn't need to do anything. He doesn't really need to do a lot. He just needs to shoot threes, kind of play defense, kind of go in the paint, and the rest of their team will do the rest. And what's up, Neon Bandit? And that's all he needs to do. And that's the luxury of being on a super team with two other All-Stars, an All-Star starter, a top 5 MVP candidate, and an All-NBA first team player. That's the luxury you have when you have one of those kind of guys on your team. But I don't know. I just don't think that the Celtics are like a crazy good team. I haven't felt it all year. I just think that they've been good, yeah, and I just don't think they're special. I don't think they're a championship team. Like, it takes a lot to be a championship team. There is a lot you have to go through a lot to be considered a championship team and actually win the championship. And I just don't think the Celtics are battle tested enough. I don't think they have the pedigree. Like nobody's won anything on that team. And it takes leadership. It takes people who have the experience to actually lead a team and lead a championship team. Like, yes, Tatum's a good leader, but what has he done in his career? Like, I honestly don't think that he's like special. And I'm not trying to come on here and be a hater. I never am a hater, but it's just they're not that good. And I don't think they win. I just don't think they do. What does worry me a little bit is that whenever the national media has a consensus pick, like everybody thought the Knicks were going to beat the Pacers. I think all the ESPN reporters chose the Knicks, and then they lost. I think something similar is happening here with the Mavs. Everybody's picking Mavs in 6, Mavs in 7, and then the Celtics might see that and come out and just not take like that and be motivated to go out and win. The Celtics also had 18 in their seats with the t-shirts saying they're gonna get their 18th ring this series, which I don't know. That's crazy confidence. And it's I don't know. I don't think the Celtics are good. I keep repeating it, but I don't think they are. Yeah. But yeah, dude. Honestly, I think the Mavs win. It could be 7, it could be 6, or it could be less. I don't know how many it's gonna take the Mavs to win. I just know the Mavs are gonna win this series. They're not the Celtics don't have enough to stop Luka and Kyrie, and it's gonna take too much from them. They're a deep team, but they don't have the defensive personnel like I think the Mavs do. And another thing, these are all gonna be close games. This is gonna be a tight series. And I don't think the Celtics have what it takes in those close games. They don't have the clutch gene. They don't have the winning gene to do it. So yeah, that's my pick. Mavs in 7. I'm Ben Ballion. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the